Hey everybody, it's Kenny K here with the Blackwell Ghost. Now, I wanted to do part 1 and 2 together, and part 4 and 5 I will do together too in a later date. First one, it's about this amateur paranormal investigator who's on, I think it's YouTube also, and he has a plane. He goes with his wife, the first part, to this house, claiming that it was owned by a lady named Blackwell, and she killed like multiple children. Now, in the first movie, there's not a lot of activity. You have the activity when they hear that, they're all going out of Dodge. They say, "We're getting the fuck out of here," and it's that getting the fuck out of here is gonna be an annoying thing in part 3 and 4. Very annoying. When they hear the ghosts going up the stairs and then trying to open the door because the owner had a lock on the door and they didn't know why, and now they know why, and he's like clicking to the moment it's daylight, they just pack. They didn't have a lot with them and just got the fuck away. You had that ball, of course, that goes to the manhole, probably a hole where she dumped the children. I mean, in part 2 he goes in alone, and he there's a lot more activity. But in that situation, when there's a malevolent spirit, he just sleeps downstairs, and you see all the things happening when and this and that, but he stays there until the owner comes back, and he's like, "I'm gonna miss the Blackwell ghost. I'm gonna miss her." Okay, you're gonna miss a fucking child killer, and the activity is, even in the second part, isn't that much, that much, you know. The second one provided a little bit more ghostly activities, but you never really felt that the guy was in danger. And that's also a problem in part 4 and 5. When he goes to a serial killer's old house where he killed 11 women, few were never found, and he wants to talk to the ghost there. I mean, that's, and okay, and he wants to talk to. I'm just gonna make this a complete one to part 4, because he wants to talk. So he goes to Florida, and there's also tension between his wife because he's taking savings to do these trips. He doesn't have funding, and he goes to, like I said, this small shack in Florida that is right on a river and in the middle of fucking nowhere. And at some point, there are multiple times that he just runs out of the house, like he shit his pants, and he's sleeping in his fucking car, and then he's going back. Then but listen, he does the right things. He puts cameras everywhere. He motion detectors, shit like that. Scramble pieces so the ghost could put words together, which it does. When there's this part when he sees an apparition and he's like, "Oh, he's getting the fuck out." I think in the third and fourth movie combined, he runs away like 3, 4 times. I'm not sure.
Do this documentary, and that's the only reason I'm
He
doing it is
runs away.
because
So
of what you
a
guys
normal
shared with.
paranormal investigator would, be happy this is fucking happening, and he would stay there to see what the ghost wants. No, he just hell out of me. Oh man, oh man, oh man. And then he, in the fourth part, really wants to go back, and he leaves a pregnant wife who's very angry at him, almost on the brink of divorce, and he does not care a one iota. He felt that because by staying there, apparently and that's what I kind of, he was never in danger. The ghosts um, were victims. They wanted to give him clues to where the victims were buried, so they have peace. Uh, and that's something that kind of bothered me. He was never in fucking danger. Although he felt like he was in danger because of like always running away like he had super diarrhea or something. It's just okay, but so they amp it up in every movie, the ghostly activity, but he's never in danger, and that's something that I sort of, because you're going to a serial killer's shack, you should have the ghost of the serial killer too, right? Trying to harm him, and then okay, then you've got a reason to get the fuck out of there. But no, he's just. And I did not watch the fifth and sixth one because I believe in the fifth one there are a few weird things happening. He buys that house in Florida. I think his wife, I mean, his wife died of cancer. I mean, what the fuck? And then he is going to live there with his children in this haunted shack. And he's being deputized by the local sheriff's department to see to find more of the bodies because a lot of the bodies weren't found, and he found one because of the ghost. But then an actual serial killer is he's attracting attention, wrong kind of attention. So it almost becomes more of a standard horror movie than actually a haunting movie. So yeah, there you go. The pros are, he does the right things. Well, we all seen it before. We've all seen it before. I mean, the thing with the ball, yeah, and then and then the scramble pieces. But every time he sees something, he just like a child runs out of the house and he sleeps in his car, and it's just irritating at some point because you stupid piece of shit, stay there. Now you're gonna get your answers. No, 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 he's gotta get the fuck out of there because he's crapping his pants. So, like I said, the pros are there are a few inventive things that he's doing, but then the cons are he and the pros are he's acting for this almost fan made, I think, self uh, budgetized movie. He does a great job. He doesn't, it's not hokey. His acting is real because beside the fact that he's handling with these ghosts, he's also handling with a problem at home, which goes even more further than divorce. I mean, but like I said, I know the part 5 and 6. Sorry for spoiling that, but it begins. The movie starts with that, so it's not a big spoiler. But the attraction of the serial killer, I don't know. Maybe that's a good episode. Maybe, yeah. In any case, the cons are he's just running away when things get a little bit too hot, and then he runs away, trying to connect with these ghosts to have some answers. But when he sees a ghost, he runs the fuck out of Dodge. Okay, but and why is he wearing the cap? That's something. Listen, I'm. They always said to me, if you wear a cap, you get bald. And I did wear a cap when I was younger, but as an older guy, why would you wear a fucking cap? It's like a midlife crisis thing, or it's an American thing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There, you see outside kids, like 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds wearing caps, but not older guys like me, 40-year-olds. And then, okay, I do wear a cap outside when it's sunny because I use the cap for what it's used, but then fucking using it inside and then, getting it like this and then getting it like this so you can. Maybe you can give it to the ghost. You can give him MAGA hat. Oh Jesus! In any case, do I recommend these movies for a found footage fan? Yes. Yes. But I felt like the fourth one was a little bit rinse and repeat. So the first, I think the first one was a little bit lacking. I think the second one and the third one was the most interesting to me. Yeah, yeah. That's the the, the most activity in the Blackwell. They're all called the Blackwell Ghost, although it's just two movies at the Blackwell house. So part two is the most with the most activity, and then part three of the because you don't the for the house you don't the shack you don't really what's gonna happen is there a malevolent spirit you don't know, but then later on you do know that it's just the victims. So there you go. I would recommend the second one and the third one, but you gotta see it in a whole. Part one and two is kind of a whole. Part three and four is kind of a whole, and then I think part five and six also is kind of a whole. So um, I would recommend them for found footage movie fanatics, not for a regular horror bloke who just want to see some movies. I think he's gonna be like, I think he's gonna be bored. Yeah. So that being said, the Blackwell Ghost, give it found footage fans and maybe horror fans, but I would recommend this more for found footage fans. So that's it. Kenny signing out. Bye bye.